Michelle, I want to purchase a property as a first-time buyer. I've got a reasonable credit score, but have been self-employed for only 2 years and have only then one set of self-employed accounts. Is this going to stop me moving onto the housing ladder? If not, how would I calculate the amount I can borrow?
Okay, so in order to get a mortgage, there are some lenders available that will only accept 1 year's accounts. I think that just only being self-employed for a couple of years, they just need to be careful of affordability. Just to make sure that their income, that they know, just because you can get a mortgage doesn't necessarily mean that you should.
Or you can pay it.
Or you can pay it. So I think they need to just be certain of their self-employment. What field are they in? What does that look like in uncertain times? But as long as they're comfortable with that, then basically lenders typically maximum they'll lend is 5 times their earnings. So on a self-employed person, that is your net income on your tax return. So five times income being maximum, 4 to 4.5 times income being the norm.
Can I just say 5 times income? Stephen, 5 times income? Are they serious? When it gets to 5 to 6 times income, guess what happens every time? Recession. Recession. We're at that peak almost now. The only thing stopping us is interest rates are incredibly low.
Well, that's exactly it. It's
incredibly
just
low.
Whole low
Don't you think so, Richard?
Absolutely,
You've seen it. You're as old as me. You're as old as me. You've seen it before. Michelle's a bit younger.
Myra,
Just a
the
little
whole
bit.
boom, 15% rates, and where are we now? Whatever it is, 0.75 for how long? How many people watching this program, under the age of 30 or whatever, will have any recollection of Richard, even understanding? Very few.
But the trouble is, if the income multiples are not that level, because house prices are so high, literally no one.
But
no
guess
one's
what
able
happens?
to buy.
Guess
Well,
what happens, Michelle? The prices come down because 5 times is getting in the point of recession. 5 to 6 times.
I agree.
Be careful.
Be careful. Absolutely. But how long are we going to have this era of very, very low interest rates for the foreseeable future? Until the latest swap market, if you look at, we're looking at maybe barely up to 2% by 2023.
But Richard, if Labour were to get in, God forbid, if Labour were to get in, they would borrow a massive amount of money, which would put up our interest rates. Anyone in property needs to understand that and be responsible, not only to their investment, but also their tenants. Because if you get into financial difficulty, if you've got a moral code, your tenants will be out.
Well,
So
this is
you need to be careful what you wish for.
this is the difficulty I see with this alteration to Section 21 notices. If your financial circumstances change and you can't maintain that property as a rental property, what on earth happens?
Because ultimately, if you can't get the tenant out, there is a discount to what it's worth. And that discount is probably 20 to 30%. With sitting tenants in the old days, we used to pay 50% of the open market value. When they become assured tenants, which was the thing before short holds, we paid about 70%. Market rent, but you can't get them empty. That's what people aren't going to understand. Well, they're going to bury their head in the sand and still think it's worth 100%.
There was a certain gentleman in the 60s that bought most of Notting Hill that way, I think.
Exactly.
There
was.
So there we are.
If you have any questions you'd like to send to the experts at Property Question Time, you can submit them via our website, on social media, or email us on info@propertytelevision.com.